Hey everybody, this is Chris here with Daily Motor, and today we've got the infotainment tour and demo on this 2022 Porsche Macan S and its 10.9-inch touchscreen infotainment display. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at the car just so you know what it looks like. Porsche's baby SUV, the Macan, it's just recently been facelifted and I think it looks absolutely fabulous. Not only that, it's one of the best SUVs I've ever driven, and if you want to learn more about this car, the way it drives, if you want to learn about the sound system or anything else like that, we will have links in the description to all of those videos. But today, we are focused on the infotainment display. So, now that we've walked around the car, let's go ahead and get started. Standard on the Macan, this 10.9-inch digital display is pretty attractive looking, and as it sits right now, we are on the home screen. Just a bunch of black boxes, but it really comes to life once you go through the menus, once you bring up Apple Carplay and things like that. So just on this main screen, we have what you're listening to, voice commands, recent destinations you've gone with your navigation. Over on the right-hand side, you can see you can use CarPlay or just the PCM, which is the infotainment, to make your phone calls. And on the top left, if you actually own this car and you have a Porsche ID, you can log in and personalize that top left little icon there. But since this is a press vehicle, we do not have a Porsche ID, so that is what that is locked to. All of these tabs over here on the left-hand side bring you through different menus on the infotainment, so we'll go through those now. The navigation menu, as you can see, is a pretty attractive gray and red screen, and look how fast everything reacts in this infotainment. This may be the fastest reacting infotainment I have ever experienced. I haven't gotten it to glitch yet. Maybe we'll see it skip a beat here in this video, but I don't think that it will. So pretty attractive map display here. Let me switch back to POV. You have another option here in the cluster to view your map there. As you can see, you've got two analog gauges on the left, but you do have a digital gauge on the right that you can put your navigation in. As you can see, we'll go through some of the different options here as well. Okay, let's get back to the infotainment screen. So another cool thing with this, and I'm still in POV right now, but let me take my hand away for a second, and you'll see the infotainment sort of go to a relaxed setting. But now when I raise my hand, all of the options come out. So it does sense when you raise your hand and brings out all of these other options for you. So down to the media tab now, and we'll have to turn this down so it doesn't blast some copyrighted music. As you can see, we are on Sirius XM right now. You can go through all of your different AM, FM, everything here on this top little tab there, little pop-down menu. Phone menu here. Apple CarPlay is active, of course. I do have my phone, my iPhone synced to this, so it is going to prioritize Apple CarPlay, but you can still go through here and click all of these tabs, though they don't do anything because it just wants to take you to CarPlay. But if you click Use PCM, you can just go to, you see Topher's iPhone there, and it'll take you through all of the things. And hopefully I didn't just dox anyone's phone number, but if I did, I will simply blur it out. Okay. Let's go to the car menu here. You can see you can mess with vehicle settings, display settings, system settings, and view your owner's manual over there on the right. You've got settings over here for your trip and also your sport chrono, which is this little clock here on top of the dash. If you are going to the track, you can use that to record your lap times and things as such. I don't know why you would necessarily take your Macan S to the track, but if you would like to do so, you can mess around with your settings here in this menu. As far as vehicle settings go, just very normal things here. I'll let you read those. Going down further here on the left-hand side, we have apps, and as I mentioned earlier, this is linked to your Porsche ID, so we can't show off that menu today. This is to change settings of our Bose sound system, and as I mentioned, there will be a link in the description to the sound system test of this Bose system if you are curious to hear it. All those settings there. Devices here, you can see that I do have my phone paired, as I mentioned earlier. And down here we just have all of our general settings. Obviously the shortcut to vehicle settings would be in car, but this brings together all of your different settings all into one menu here. You can see we've even got sport chrono settings there. But look how fast this infotainment display reacts to inputs. No lag at all. It's basically like using a smartphone. You know, I just reviewed a BMW infotainment system last, and I think this may be even faster than that BMW system. So let's go ahead and take a look at Apple CarPlay. So when you do connect Apple CarPlay, you just get another little tab over here on the left-hand side. And as you can see, that brings you to Apple CarPlay. One thing that I don't super love about Apple CarPlay in this infotainment, though, is that you don't get it in full screen. And you have this arrow here that looks like maybe it would make it full screen, but no matter what you do, and unless I'm doing this wrong, I cannot get it to go full screen. The one kind of cool thing about this, though, is that you do get a split screen in Apple CarPlay, and you can scroll and you can have a little sub menu over here to have shortcuts to other pieces of the infotainment. You can just have your navigation. You can see what song is playing in your media tab, and then you can just have this, which is just the calm screen. Apple CarPlay is active, whatever. So it is the wide view. We have 5 apps across. And as you can see, it does react very quickly, even in Apple CarPlay. Let's go ahead and open up Waze here and see how quickly that reacts. Hardly any lag there at all. Open up Spotify. You guys take a look at that. Yeah, I can't believe how quickly this infotainment system reacts. And obviously, if you want to get back to Porsche, you just click Porsche, and it takes you back to your home screen, which is located here in the top left corner. Configure different widgets there on the top, but that is our home screen. But that'll wrap it up today for this pretty brief infotainment tour. It's a very simple, easy to use system, and if I haven't said it enough, everything just reacts so quickly. It's pretty straightforward. It's a little bland to look at, but that's okay. I mean, everything just works so well. It's easy to get the hang of things in here, and I've only been driving this car for about 24 hours, and I already know how to use pretty much everything in here, except Android Auto, of course. But another nice thing, of course, you do have a volume knob and track selector buttons there. Otherwise, though, that's going to wrap it up for us today and our tour of the 10.9-inch infotainment display here in this Porsche Macan. Thank you all so much for watching. Comment down below if there's anything else you'd like to see in these infotainment videos. I know we're still pretty fresh with this process of doing these sort of videos, so any sort of feedback is certainly appreciated. But again, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Chris here with Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.